to another episode of Creative Writing Advice with me, JJ Barnes. If you don't know me, I am the author of How to Write a Story, which is out now on Amazon. It takes you from the beginning of your story all the way through the middle to the end. It covers everything else in between. My hope is I can inspire you and give you the confidence to get your story out into the world. And that is what I usually do over here on YouTube as well. But if you are unfamiliar with my little series that I'm doing here, I will tell you what I do on a Monday. On a Monday I do Ask Me Anything. So I get sent questions all through the week on social media, on comments on here, and I put them all into this bag because I realised that I was getting questions to do with not just writing tips and techniques, but the life of being a writer, more about me, because obviously I'm over here, I'm chatting away to you every week for ages and ages and ages, and people were curious about me and my life and my interests outside of writing, and sometimes strange, peculiar things too. So I said that I would do on a Monday an Ask Me Anything series where I will just try and answer everything as honestly as I can. Sometimes it's to do with writing, sometimes it isn't, but I do my best, and I said, like, from the beginning, I'll just do this till you want me to stop. So if you keep sending questions, I will keep answering them. So I will start and we'll see what happens. Okay. If you and Jonathan swapped bodies with no way of going back, who would adjust easier to the new life? So if you don't know, Jonathan is my partner. We write together, we make films together, we raise children together. If we swap bodies and could never go back, who would adjust easier? Probably him. I think I would find it harder being a man than he would find it being a woman. I'm not sure why, really. It's an odd thought. Yeah, I think that I would struggle more being a man. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like actual reasons to tell you why I think that's the case, but it's sort of just gut instinct. Yeah. I wouldn't want to do that. I would like to stay me, please. Okay. Okay. Do you agree with what your partner says is what you do best regarding writing? He says that regarding writing, I am best at like imagination and creativity. He calls me like a story sort of producer. Like sort of, we play a game where he will give me a TV show and get me to try and come up with as quickly as possible the plot for an episode that hasn't been done before, and he's always really, like, genuinely, I take it as genuine, impressed at how quickly I can come up with new stories, and I agree with him. I don't feel like I could ever run out of stories, just because I've got so many in my head, and I feel like that is a real genuine strength because I've never struggled to come up with a story. I've never struggled to come up with characters or a plot or ideas. I've struggled with things like structure or keeping the conflict active in every scene. That is stuff that obviously I teach it, and I am quite confident with it now because that is something I have learned and I have studied and I have practiced. So I feel able to talk about it knowledgeably now because of the work I've put in, but that is work. That isn't something that ever came naturally to me. That is something that I had to, study, and I'm glad I did, and it has made me a better writer, and I'm able to bring that knowledge to you, but it isn't natural, whereas naturally for me is being able to come up with new stories, and so yeah, I agree with him. That is what I'm best at. Did you watch the Twilight Saga? I watched the first Twilight. I never read the books, which is not like me. I usually read the books before the films of everything. But I never read the books. I watched the first film. And I think I kind of figured that if I liked the first film, I would read the books for the rest of it, but it just didn't connect with me. I think I came to it, I was too old. I was a massive Buffy fan growing up, and I think I was just at the wrong point in my life for a new vampire falls in love with teenage girl situation. I wasn't looking for one, so by the time I came around to watching it, I was just too old for it, so it never really connected with me. My cats, if I'm looking over here all the time, it's because my cats over there have just bust in and are wrestling, and you might be able to hear them like wow. But if I keep staring over there because I'm hoping they don't knock anything over. What's your favourite type of chocolate? I'm sure I've had questions like this before. Dairy milk chocolate. Just a big bar of dairy milk. I actually had a Whisper this morning, which is dairy milk, for my breakfast with my coffee. Because I'm a grown-up, so I have chocolate for breakfast. Okay. What are your favourite shoes? That's like strange. I don't think they're anywhere I can see. Otherwise I'd show you. My absolute favourite shoes, and they're not sensible shoes or glamorous shoes. They are a pair of bright red, soft canvas shoes with a little buckle, Mary Jane style, and a butterfly on the toe, thick rubber soles, and I got them in Spain when I was about 13 years old. My feet haven't grown since then. Maybe 14, but not older than that. I got them in a little shop in a little market. These bright red shoes, and they are not as bright red as they used to be because these shoes are 20 something years old and I've kept them all this time. Yeah, they were like my first proper holiday purchase with my own money and I wear them every single year, and for God, I don't know how, but they have lasted. Probably because I don't wear them all the time. I only wear them in the summer, and I try not to wear them too frequently because I'm scared that they'll die. The insole of one of them has come out and they're not as comfy anymore. I probably should like try and find some new insoles for them. Like they're faded and they're kind of looking a little bit shabby and tatty now, but they are 20 odd years old, so kudos to my little Spanish shoes. But I absolutely love them. They're red with a little pink and yellow butterfly and a little buckle. I love them. They are so comfortable, and yeah, they're so old and they've done me really well, so I love them. I don't think they're up here. Okay. Have you ever made the same mistake many times over in your life? I try not to. I try to learn and improve and grow and change with my life and not make the same mistakes. But I mean, if going out with bad boys is a singular mistake, even though it was different bad boys, then yeah, had to train myself out of that one. How many have I done? Do a couple more. Show us your last selfie. I'll look when I edit this in a bit. I will look at my phone, find my last selfie for you, and probably share it. Okay. Ooh, drop one. There we go. What are you having for dinner tonight? Probably baked paneer in hot sauce and oil with garlic and onions, probably with homemade chips that I double cook and season with like paprika and pepper, and then probably with kale that I parboil it and I put it under the grill again with olive oil, salt, pepper and garlic, and I grill that till it is crispy. And yes, that is probably what I'm having for dinner tonight. It could change depending on mood, but likely that is what I will be doing for dinner tonight. I love all these things, so it would make sense to not change it. Alright. Would you bring your kids up to be gender fluid or in a more traditional way? I don't bring my kids up to be gender anything. I just bring them up. They're just people. that doesn't really factor into how I parent them. I don't teach them about gender. They aren't taught boys, girls do different things. They just aren't. They just are. They're just little kids. They're not. I feel like that as a grown-up. For me, anyway, to me, concept of gender fluidity or anything like that, is an adult concept because they're kids. They just play with shit. They're not aware of stereotypes or conformity or what's expected of them by society. They're just not. It doesn't factor into how I raise them. I just let them be. So no, I'm not bringing them up gender fluid or traditional. My parenting really focuses on teaching them to be good people. Everything else, they can just be and come to anything else on their own time. But my focus is teaching them to be good people who will like function happily in society and find a happy life, and therefore they can, anything else like that will come when they have an understanding of it. But they're little. I mean, my children are really young, so I just raise them to be nice and good and responsible and understanding of other people's needs and feelings and trusting in their own needs and feelings and respecting their own bodies and boundaries. And yeah, that's a really adult thing to me, so it doesn't factor into how I parent them. So thank you very much for watching another one of my videos. I hope this has been interesting. I hope you feel like you have got to know me better. And yeah, I will be back again next time. Next video will be a writing advice, and then the next one after that will be writing advice. Monday is when I do Ask Me Anything. So if you want to send a question in, I do not answer them in the order that they come in. Some are older, some are newer, but you can get yours, oof, me hair. You can get yours into here, and I will try and answer every single question, but I have to keep adding more, so they all get mixed up. But you can stick one in. You can either send it me on social media if you go to my website, which is jjbarnes.co.uk. Over there you'll find links to all my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc., all my books and my art and my work. Or you can comment on here and ask me a question, or comment on any of the answers I've given to my questions, and subscribe. Yeah, subscribe, because every week I'm putting out writing advice and doing this, and I would love for you to join me. So thank you very much, and I'll be back again soon. Bye.